It's gone.
X-ray room.
2 months is gone. I was in hospital for almost 2 months and I don't remember any of it.
A vehicle pulled out in front of us and I saw it coming.
I don't remember the day of the wreck. I don't remember us getting on the bike, leaving the house. I don't remember anything.
He was really banged up and he was out of it for a couple months.
3 times they said I died at the accident. The paramedics, which would be the fire department people, brought me back. And they moved me down to where a helicopter picked me up, and apparently I died in the helicopter again on the way to Tampa General. And apparently the next day, like 24 hours later, died again at Tampa General. My pelvic bone was shattered and broken, and I have lots of titanium they put it back together with. I broke 5 bones in a foot. I broke 5 ribs, one of which went through a lung, one of which went through my kidney. I collapsed the other lung. I broke a bone in each hand. I broke the arm bone, shoulder bone, the collarbone. I broke my spine. Brain injury from whacking my head real hard.
The first 30 days, he didn't know who he really was.
I just remember coming home, waking up at home, which was basically 2 months later, and then for the next few months, most of it's gone, or at least half of it's gone. It was hit and miss. And then my memory started to work a little bit better after a few months where I could remember something.
I never met Todd, obviously, like most of our clients. Never met him before the accident. But what I learned about him in that first meeting and after that made me really, really, really like him. I mean, this is a guy who had pulled everything together out of nothing and started his own business and was successful at it and had properties around and was a small businessman who had put together a great life for himself.
I don't know how I used to do everything I did. Keep the business running, keep all my equipment running mechanically, run my estimates for my tree jobs, and I had 10 rentals. 8 minus 2 is 6. After getting out and starting to put things together and realizing there was a lot of medical bills out there, and I don't remember how, but I think I remember trying to do some research or asking people about Swope Rodante, and apparently that they were a very good firm is what I was told, so I stuck with them. And then as I got better, which I did in the future, I think I remember researching it myself and found that they are very good at what they do.
It was a big case and a tough case because of the limits of insurance that were available for the person who actually was mostly at fault in the accident. You know, one of the things that I have to do is decide who in the firm is going to work on each of the cases that we have most of the time. And by the time I got home that night, I knew that the person that was going to be on this case was going to be my partner, Angela Rodante. And the reason is, you know, I mean, while each of the partners and each of the people here bring their own resources and assets and their own talents to every case, what Angela brings, maybe more than anybody I've ever met, is this emotional commitment to her clients and the cases. She just deep dives into them. And that's what Todd needed. He needed somebody that was going to live his case. And that's exactly what she did too.
My first introduction to Todd was by reading documents. I read the traffic crash report and his initial medical records. I wasn't sure that this person I was reading about would one day be walking and talking. So to meet Todd and to see him now is an unbelievable story. When I met him, I realized that he was even more strong-willed than I had anticipated. And it was that strong will that drove me and my team to work hard to try to figure out how we were going to get compensation for Todd.
As a great person, I think she's caring. I think she's very good at her job. Between Dale and Angela, I thought they were very well prepared. And I could see that they did everything to a T.
Todd's case had a lot of complexities. The insurance company had gotten a hold of one of Todd's friends while Todd was in the hospital. The friend was a business lawyer of Todd's, and he didn't practice in insurance law, so he didn't do what Dale and I do every day. They were trying to enforce a settlement with Todd that was unfair. Sometimes if you stay awake enough nights, long enough thinking about your cases and your clients, you figure out a way to win the case and to turn the insurance company's greed against them. Todd's case lasted a long time, and he was a positive spirit through the entire experience, and his positivity is what drove us, in fact, to continue the case until we achieved a successful resolution for Todd.
I would definitely recommend Swope Rodante. There's people on the TV, you see all those commercials? I don't know how good they are, but I can tell you that Dale and Angela are very, very good at what they do. I did exactly what they told me to do. It did take 3 years, but 1.2 mil is gone in hospital bills.
When I see Todd now, I can see that the weight that used to appear in his eyes has been lifted. I like to think that he left some of his positive spirit with me and my team here at Swope Rodante. We all feel so lucky to have been able to help Todd through an unquestionably difficult period in his life. I mean, who gets to do that? Who gets to change someone's life and then see the difference that it makes every day?
Let me see, Cocos. Let me see.
Life would probably be very hard if we'd never got an attorney. I don't know how financially or physically Todd would be able to do any of the things that he's able to do today.
1600 Firebird, numbers matching motor. I can't complain. That's my motto. I tell everybody, I'm walking and talking.
Today is a blessing.
How about
We're
that?
happy. We got married, and every day Todd says, when somebody asks him how he's doing, he says, I can't complain because I'm walking and talking and I'm alive.
So I'm a very lucky person in every aspect. That's how I feel about my life.